Today, we have coverage of the heat, volleyball,
and a visit with a local Broadway performer, all coming up on MLB.
Welcome back, Marcus. I'm Abiata Faine.
And I'm Kimball Vogler. The record-breaking summer heat impacted the community as well as Marcus's students and staff. We interviewed various people to find out how it's affected them.
As everyone knows, it has been very hot lately. This has particularly affected the football team.
It's been very hot at some practices. It's only getting worse. Like, I feel like every year it gets hotter. Like, Texas just never fails to amaze me.
The heat had been a challenge to the football team.
A lot of people quit mentally, but then they just put their bodies on autopilot. But then once we got them to where they needed to be, it was like we were all full go.
Originally, Jace had a strategy to stay cool.
So, like, when we first started, that first practice, full pads, I had probably a squirt bottle of water just with me all the time, spraying my head, my neck, my chest. Like, it was just so humid outside.
Football isn't the only student group practicing in the heat.
It's really, really bad this year, to the point where we've had to stop practice a couple of times over the summer because the heat was too hot for anyone to be outside. I think that's the hardest part, is to try to keep doing the best that we can do, but keeping in mind, like, being safe in the heat.
And there's no wind and there's no breeze and the sun is just blazing. So compared to last year, it's a lot worse.
Despite the heat, they continued to stay positive.
But energy is contagious, and if we get a few people with high energy, then the rest of the band has high energy.
Individual students are out in the heat too.
They have us, like, depending on the heat, we'll rotate anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes. So, like, I'll only really be outside for 30 minutes at a time.
However, that's not the only measure they take.
We have our waters out there. They give us employee drink cups, and so, like, we never go without hydration or shade or anything. Very hot and sweaty, but I mean, like, typically happy and accomplished.
And students aren't the only ones who are working outside. Robotics teacher Casey McCluskey is out on bus duty every day. Teachers are usually on duty for about 20 minutes.
107 is just crazy hot at the end of the day.
To deal with the heat, Mr. McCluskey uses a few choice items.
I have a big floppy hat that I wear. Sometimes I even have a solar-lined umbrella. Today I'm wearing black, but other than that, anybody that knows me is I'm always wearing a fishing shirt, so I guess that's my way for dealing with the heat.
This has been Campbell Howell, Jamie Vander Merver, Kimball Vogler, and Gio Cabal for MLB.
I hope the weather cools down soon. I'm in color guard and it's too hot for me.
Yeah, I've been walking home. It's no fun. A lot of local theater kids dream of being on Broadway, but this former Marauder got her chance.
This former Marauder has settled back into life at home after performing in a national tour of a Broadway show. Her interest in theater all started when she saw her older sister in a play, but she didn't start acting until just a few years ago.
So in 2021, I was in Matilda the Musical, and that was kind of my first community theater thing outside of school. The Sound of Music at Dallas Theater Center, and that was my first professional theater job.
After finding the audition for the musical Annie on Facebook, Reese submitted a video and got a callback.
I went to New York City for a 3-day audition process. And they said you'll find out within the next week or something that you're cast in it. It came back 2 months later. And they were like, hey, we're still looking for the character of Duffy. That was such I didn't believe it.
Duffy was the oldest orphan in the show and also the toughest.
I was the oldest of all the kids. And so I kind of got to be in the middle ground where I was really close with the kids, but also could be really, really close with the adults.
To make time for all the performances, the kids had to do their schoolwork whenever possible.
You would do school and then they would just call you when they needed you. I love the rehearsal process because it's like you get to watch something amazing being like built from the beginning.
Reese enjoyed being on Annie, but she still experienced burnout.
When you're doing the same show for 220 something performances, sometimes you get too comfortable. And so that was definitely sometimes an issue where I'd notice myself like missing details or like slacking off a little bit.
She is now at a performing arts school in Frisco and is excited about her opportunities there.
Just keep training. You can never stop learning.
This has been Ali Evola, Alexis Garner, and Jamie Vandermerver reporting for MOB.
I'd love to go to a Broadway show sometime. Maybe Hamilton.
Me too. Next up, we spoke with some students in water polo who competed at the Junior Olympics this summer.
The Thunder water polo team played in the 16U division at the Junior Olympics this summer.
The Junior Olympics is a collection of all the teams in the nation that are ranked into platinum, gold, silver, and bronze.
It was great. We placed 16 out of 96 teams in the nation.
This is the highest my program has ever placed in Junior Olympics. And man, it was a fantastic experience. We got to play some very reputable teams, and a lot of times we lost by 1 point, if not to shootout.
In its growing popularity, many are concerned about water polo being too violent.
So it gets that reputation a lot, and I will say it's not wrong. It's not a sport for everyone.
There's a lot of contact, but violence is it's very rare.
You're supposed to be able to hit each other and be physical. So it crosses the line when it turns extremely violent, you know?
Even though they placed 16th in the nation, taking a loss can still be difficult.
We weren't as adaptive as we should have.
You know, that's what you dedicate so many months to. And taking a loss it's infuriating. And in the moment, there's a lot of mixed emotions that go through your head. Everyone's looking to learn and grow, and there's always a new face around the corner. There's always a new challenge, which I love.
To them, every result of a game is taken as an opportunity to motivate them to keep playing.
We performed very well. We had a lot of upsets with teams that were supposed to blow us out.
If I don't have good teammates, I don't think I would have played.
Teams that don't play together very often will lose, even if they're better, to teams that have a strong bond. So it inspires me to try harder for next year.
This has been Kristen Renner and Rishi Hanumanlu reporting for MOB.
Next year, Thunder Water Polo will compete in a new age division, with the hopes of placing even higher.
Our volleyball team started district last week. Alexis and Avia sat down with the head coach to talk about their season.
Volleyball districts are approaching and emotions are high.
Last year beating Flower Mountain 3, I know that that's always our big rival here at Marcus. We can definitely achieve what we achieved last year, if not more. We just have to figure out how to put it all together. Hopefully when we get to district, we're ready to go and we compete, and we would love to make a playoff spot.
Just super excited for all the rest of the games too.
Getting a new coach was an adjustment for everyone.
You know, coming in after a district championship and coming in last year was a little bit of a struggle, and I think all the girls would say the same thing. So it's been really cool this last offseason to build relationships with these kids.
I look up to her because even when we're losing and when we get down, she's always telling us that we can still win this, and she's very encouraging. And she's just always keeping us on the right track, even when we're not playing our best.
One of the challenges for coaches is adaptation to each generation.
The generations have changed a little bit with kids as I'm getting older, obviously, and the girls are staying the same age, and just figuring out kind of what makes them work and what motivates them.
At our home games, we always listen to music and we get really hyped before, so that's one of my favorite parts, and we're always just dancing and having fun before our games, so I think that helps us a lot.
Petzl takes on more roles than just a coach.
We wear a lot of different hats as coaches. We are counselors and moms sometimes, and so it's very emotional. And so seeing those kids rely on you and build relationships with you is worth it.
This has been Alexis Garner and Avia Jones reporting for MOB.
The upcoming Flower Mound game is September 12th, so on to fight the rivals.
Today, we're bringing back one of last year's favorite game shows with some interesting twists. Welcome back to Sketchy, where we show pairs of students an image for 5 seconds, and they have to recreate it from memory. Let's see how it went.
That's light, I'm not gonna lie.
You forgot.
I forgot to. I don't know how to draw a camera.
I don't know how to draw a circle.
Oh my gosh, dude, look at mine, bro. I didn't even finish. I didn't even draw the camera yet.
Who's that thing right there?
Oh. Miss Hobbs is gonna be so disappointed right now.
In this round, we try to distract our contestants as much as possible as they draw the marauder.
Bro, why are you trying? Look at my horse.
Bro, you ripped my paper.
Stop. Well, mine's actually like better than his, I ain't gonna lie.
Mine got ripped a little.
For our final round, we blindfolded our contestants and tasked them with drawing one of our football helmets.
I started when he said to.
Alright, bro. Let's flip that paper around. Here we go.
I'm trying to focus. This is kind of hard to talk and focus and draw blindfolded.
Oh. Thank you.
I think I'm finished. I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah.
You look like that.
Yours was actually really good.
I think I did really good, especially on that blindfolded one.
I don't think I did good.
This has been Abigail Adafine, Campo Howell, Christian Urea, and Gio Sabal, reporting for MOB.
I don't think anyone won that one.
Maybe we all won. I'm Abi Adafine.
And I'm Campbell Vogler. See you next time.
But before you go, we asked some students around campus about their hot takes.
What is your hottest take?
Is black and root beer a hot take?
Unpopular opinion, salmon is really nasty. It tastes like tennis shoes.
Let's just go with some desserts aren't always good, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say no specific kind, but
Utopia is better than rodeo.
Micah Parsons is him.
Oh, hot take, I don't like Taylor Swift.
My hottest take is that Taylor Swift is overrated.
And then, what was your favorite childhood movie?
Probably Up.
probably Princess and the Frog.
Up.
I ate up any Disney princess movie, actually.
Dumbo.
Lightning McQueen.